So a user of the borrowing stack reported a bug to me. The bug is they are having duplicate query parameters when they have URL like in a redirect, and then they have like query params. The bug is going to be duplicate every time. So like if you put one, it's going to like make it two, right? So I decided to, instead of fixing it manually, why don't I just satisfy a curiosity that I've had in a bit, which is I know everyone is crazy about Claude Code as their go-to AI assistance in writing code. I have been in love with Warp before it became like an agentic development environment, and I just honestly think is a better UX than having like Claude Code. But I'm going to objectively try out Warp's ADE and then Claude Code. Probably will do Claude Code first in solving this bug I just explained. I will show you the bug, and then we're going to literally go through it and then see which one, how they both compare in terms of shipping something that it's real world based, not like a demo project. So let's get into it. So the first thing we're going to do is for me to reproduce the bug for you so you'd see it. And so first I will go to my terminal. Here I already have like two. So I'm using Warp, the terminal, and then I'm going to show you Warp the ADE. So quick primer, if you don't know what Warp ADE is, Warp ADE is and stand for Warp Agentic Development Environment. It's just like this next level. It's something better than an IDE because I personally don't like having a full IDE with the whole AI chat thing going on side by side. I use it sometimes with Copilot, but I prefer this workflow, which I think most people do. That's why they have been like crazy about Cloud Code. So Warp is just, I feel it's better because the terminal itself, it's the AI, but Warp is no longer a terminal. It just have like the terminal interface for you to have access to like different agents. And then it's just amazing. We're going to see it in a bit, but let's reproduce, shall we? So I'm going to be like in this Cloud Code version, and then we're just going to, so first thing I'm going to cd into templates, and let me do it in the React one because the thesis was it was a bug on the React template, but I think we're going to find out that it's not, it's just something different. But again, we're going to use the AI to look for like to just solve the problem. It says L, and then we have this. So we're going to open this up. And then before I do anything, I will probably want to go to VX Code, and then so I'm going to put a query parameter here just so that we could see what the bug is. I'm gonna have to restart this, of course, and then lift sales. Then here I'm just gonna go back to come here and do, so I'm gonna type in Kelvin just because I've tested this a bunch of times, so it should work. And then you could see the duplicates, right? And what is that? Why? So this has been like a bottleneck for the user in question, and I think they've been on it for like a couple of weeks. I literally thought like, because I've done redirects in my project, but I don't think I've redirected from the action to be able to catch this. So they did, and then they caught this, and yeah, that's our bug. So what we're going to do, we're literally just going to copy the message that the user sent, and then we're going to give it to Claude Code and also give it to Warp ADE to see which one um is going to give a better solution all round. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to do, let's fire up the Claude terminal. Yeah, you can see like you're gonna tell me, okay, Claude me read files, creating trusted file mainly to Claude Code. Literally is my first time trying out Claude. So let's see. Yes. So what do we do? So I want to type in, why is this? Oh, Okay. Oh wow. You see, the first thing is I hit shift and enter in warp. If I do shift and enter, I could have like new line, but apparently it did not let me do that. How do you do like a new line? Yeah. So sorry, so oh, and again, because it's no, I can't even highlight and delete. Uh, okay. So I'm gonna give it the exact message the user sent me, like the bug report, and just see it because this is literally how I want to approach solving this. Why is this? And then let's see. Hmm. Okay. Session location. Okay, it does a lot of searching. I really do not know why we're doing all this, but it's good. Let's keep going. What? Okay. Let's see. Based on my analysis, I can see the issue. The recent fix change how initial redirect handles redirect, particularly for put, patch, and delete requests. However, this might have introduced a regression for query parameter handling. The issue appears to be that when you return a URL with query parameters like the query parameters are being duplicated, this could be happening because the URL is being processed multiple times through the redirection. To confirm this is a bug in the bug, if the check if the URL like, but the problem is I'm not even using location the .js inside that. Okay, cool. So now I'm going to try this same query with warp ADE because it didn't even suggest like a possible fix. I'm pretty sure this might not be the issue here. So let's go to warp and do why is this same query, same prompt, and let's see how that works. Oh, okay. I think I like what I see. Now let's compare. So of course, Claude's warp ADE is doing this thing. I'll help you investigate this query parameter duplicate issue. Let me first understand your project structure and then look into how redirects with query parameters are being handled. Then it did like again, even though the context is the code base because the ADE it's the same access that Claude could have, it's still like I wanted to start with no I just like give it very vague because I just said, why is this? And then drop the exact bug. And then it did like it tried its best, check a couple of files. And then this bit is the interesting thing. So now it said, so it checked the build page because it was following like, okay, what happened when we render? Because render is calling build page object. Now let me see how the page object is built to understand if there's duplication happening there. Smart. I think I found the issue. Looking at the code specifically in render.js at line 18 to 18 to 22. So this is it. What what did I do here? So this is a keep original request query params. So here and in build page object at line this, I'm getting this. So the issue is that when you return login param equals value from an action, the inertial sales adapter is doing two things. One, in build page object.js, it's using rec.url or rec.original URL, which already includes your query parameters from the redirect URL. In render.js, for get request, it's also appending the query parameters from rec.query to the original to the URL again. This causes the query parameter to be duplicated once from the original redirect URL and once from being reappended. The fix would be to modify the render.js file to check if the URL already contains query parameters before appending them again. That's what's happening. Your action returns sales redirect to that URL, so becomes true. That makes sense. The build page object sets URL to login param. Then the render see that yeah, I told that makes sense. That's why we have it. See, quite detailed enough. And you could see the next thing is it's asking, would you like me to create a fix? While on Claude, again, this is my first time. I think it was even way off. Like the same project, the same query, and I don't think I get what's doing. So there is not even like a next step for me to take to solve this because it was way off. I don't think it has anything to do with 303. So I am going to follow through because again, no need to do wasted work. Warp ADE already like is pointing me to a path that I know that I can ship. So let's do that. Yes. Please. But first, create an issue. Create an issue on GH. Create an issue on GitHub with GH, and also let's put this fix in a new branch following git flow methodology, so I can close the issue with the branch. So I can, and this is one thing I love, how so I can see I can click through my terminal. Like that click and edit in line, just beautiful. So I can open a PR to close the issue with the said branch you'd create. Okay, so let's see what it does. The first, I'm going to create a GitHub issue. Yeah, like I've been loving this workflow. Join initially command. Okay. Whoa. Let me see. So, and one thing about the code it generates, you could edit it if you like. We could refine by adding more queries, like more prompts, but you could edit it right in place. So, gives you create query parameter duplicate when returning your expected behavior. Should be generate. Okay, cool. See, very detailed. Yeah, well, let's ship this. I'm going to run this, and it's going to create the issue. Yeah. So now we could create like so git fix checkout dash so I'm using git flow, so I could edit this and do it and do fix query. Yeah. Okay, now let's implement the fix. Okay, so now it's showing me the file is editing, which is render.js. This is the first fix. So only append query parameters if the URL doesn't already contain them. This prevents duplication when you're redirecting with query parameters. So if page already contains, okay, keep original. Yeah. Okay, cool. So we're checking if like there's already query parameters. I think I like this. We should not append again. So apply changes. So now let's also update. Okay. Yeah, we could do that. Apply changes. So I'm gonna cancel this out. And then what I would do is come here and so let's cd into packages, initial sales, and then I'm gonna npm build, npm pack. Yeah, so we have this 0.2, and then I would, so now let's test if this will fix our problem. Put this up, sign up. Remember we have the query param, just like a demo query param in there. And if we just, yeah, problem solved. We no longer have the duplicate query params. And even so, one thing I liked like was how Warp was able to really get into the root of the problem quickly with no context. Unlike Claude, which was leading me down a path I don't think would have been the issue. Okay, and then it's also suggested what the problem is. It gave me like a div. We could go and see everything like it gave me like a div. Hey, I think I found the issue, and then the same prompt and the same thing. So yeah, and you could see the workflow, the development experience using warp ADE. I think I love it. Like I've told, like again, I've never tried Claude Code, but I think for since you're going to use AI in the terminal, it's best to just have something that's natively a terminal rich experience. You could see how I could edit and copy stuff. Claude Code is more like a CLI tool, while Warp AD is the AI and everything in a beautiful terminal experience, which I love. So yeah, I have a shippable code. I could just ship a version and solve the pain for that user of mine. Um, Inertia sales, yeah, awesome. And then I could update, okay, fix bug with duplicate query param, and then yeah, we're good. Push this. And that's it. I hope I actually this video took a turn I didn't expect. I thought I was gonna like have like a working like Claude is going to give me like a working version, and then I would like compare the times and all, but it just threw me off with where it was digging into more of like a surface level, and clearly this path has nothing to do with duplicate query parameters, but warp ADE just went like straight for value, and I'm always going to like pick it because if not for like the best DX experience when it come to like doing stuff on the terminal, you could see like the agent is really smarter, if I may say so. And with you could see we was using Claude for Sonnet, right? We're using Claude for Sonnet, and with Warp you could pick any of the LLMs you want. So I don't see any reason why you should not. And if you want to like give it a try, the my friends at Warp, they've been so generous to gonna give like anyone who wants to try Warp Pro you could use the unique code Kelvin. I'm going to put it in the description, and you're going to get like, you're going to try Warp Pro for $5, I think, for a month. Then, so let me know in the comments what you think about this experience with Warp ADE. I was pleasantly surprised how quickly it was able to like get me that fix, and then I've shipped it, and then I could announce and like give the user this value really quickly. So let me know what you think about Warp ADE, and if you like this video, please give it a like. Also share it and leave in the comments, like, if you're going to move from Claude Code or whatnot, because you get the best of like both worlds. Awesome terminal experience, awesome, as you could see, agentic development experience as well. So yeah, let me know what you think, and see you in the next video.